Yo, it's Remember the Show. Slick with the flows, where the sparring can go. Who's gonna be on, man, you never will know. Guess you better tune in, cause we live from Chicago. Belal Muhammad, that's the king of the tweets. Jason Anik looks like John, step his hands to his feet. Every Thursday, we gon' give you a treat. It's Remember the Show, hit play and repeat. And retweet, and retweet, and retweet. And retweet, it's Remember the Show, hit play and repeat.
It is episode 12, affectionately referred to as the tough edition of Remember the Show, where we have two absolute legends dripping with charisma. Belal, how do you do it, man? Every week.
Man, I just slide in them DMs, and then hey, once I see scene, I was like, all right, now I pounce on it. Now it's going. Once I say, hey, what's up? What's up? How you doing? How you feeling? Then it's go, hey, yo, you want to come on the show? This, and this. And like I said, it's surprising when these guys are just so cool, man. Like you'll be surprised how easy it is to get these guys on the show. And a lot of them are just like so respectful. And it's just like, I feel like it's that martial arts brotherhood where it's like, yeah, I got you back. I'll do it for you. And it's so easy, and it's like surprising for me where it's like these guys that I look up to all the time. And Forrest Griffin, I remember watching him in the Ultimate Fighter, and like one of the guys that got me into fighting. Bisping's literally my favorite fighter growing up. And both of them were just like, oh, for sure, brother, I got you. And I'm like, what? All right, starstruck, cool.
Yeah, well, and no doubt they're watching your fights and fans of yours as well. But it's great, man. I can't wait to talk to those guys. And I've never met Forrest before, so I'm looking forward to that. And I've been watching him fight for 15, 20 years, probably before you were watching fights. But anyway, man, what are we, 12 days out from the big day?
Yeah. It's finish line is, I see it. It's right there, man. So now it's just basically staying healthy, get into Vegas, and get into work. Now is the fun part. You know, the camp has been hard. Camp's been rough. Camps are usually a lot harder than the fights. Now it's time to just mentally get in tune and see it. And then once it's fight day, everything's else out the window.
So obviously, I know you were saying earlier you get a COVID test in the mail. It's obviously a different experience fighting in this atmosphere. Has the mental preparation been different for you as this weekend and the weeks before have gone along?
Now it's just being a lot about being safer. Now it's like, just, you always got to sit there and worry about, all right, weight cuts, this and that, training, everything's right. Now it's like getting nervous because freaking last week, 3 fights got canceled the day of. And I'm like, holy crap. And you see a lot of these guys say, man, I didn't get no symptoms. I didn't feel anything. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, what I did. And then like, even like Dana White was saying, like somebody was asking like, what should you do different with these fights getting canceled? And he's like, I mean, there's nothing we can do. Like we're doing everything we can, and it just happens. So it's like, to me, it's God's plan, and whatever happens. So it's like, once I see that Saturday morning and they tell me like, yo, the car's outside, ready to go to the stadium, that's when I know it's like, all right, cool, let's get it.
Yep. Well, I have not been watching any Diego Lima film for you, so I don't have any. But you had said sort of all, your preparation is really about you. I mean, have you touched on any of that? Your coaches, are you getting any of that prep for the opponent yet?
Yeah. We watched a little bit of his taste, but like you said, now it's like there's probably at least 6 or 6. I think there's like 4 or 5 welterweight fights on that card, and anything could happen at any moment. So it's like, if they tell you like, hey, you want to move up to the main event, something could happen. You got to be prepared for everybody. So it's like, I like to watch a lot of fights in general. But I'm paying attention to all these guys right now, and I'm training for anybody because anything could happen. It's like Li Jingliang just got his fight canceled this weekend, and they were like, oh, we're looking for a replacement for him. And it's like, you have to be willing to say yes in these times, because a lot of people don't understand. Like, you see a lot of these people. I just seen a quote the other day where it was like, not a quote, a stat where it was like 800,000 people just applied for unemployment. And there's a lot of people that are struggling right now. So the fact that I'm so grateful that I'm able to fight and able to be put in a position where I can make money and put food on the table, that I'm going to say yes to anybody that I can.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, and Chandler, who was backup in Abu Dhabi, I mean, he was certainly treating that like a real fight week. And, some guys probably want to have that mindset. Even, Neil Magny in a weekend like this, be ready to go if an opportunity presents itself. He was ready to go when Chimaev crept into the picture. So anyway, as we have our show Thursday nights, it's always 5 days removed from big fight cards, and we're closer to the next fight card than the previous one. We got Jordan Leavitt, with the slam. There's a lot of things we can get to. That Jordan Leavitt slam, I can't go an episode without bringing that up. I got to hear you tell me a little bit about that.
Man, that was awesome. That's one of those where he's coming to the UFC for 2 fights now, and he showed out for both of those fights. And then Matt Wyman's one of those veterans where you're like, dude, put your feet on the ground. Like, what are you doing jumping guard? I mean, Leavitt took advantage of it, and he showed that you don't need them big muscles. You don't need to look like a killer or a rampage to get a slam knockout. If you get there, get in the right spot, he put his forearm in his throat. Obviously, he's trained it.
Right,
he's been able to do it before. He framed it, and then he slammed him. And it's like where people are like, man, why can't you get punched to the back of the head? Because if your back of your head gets hit that easily, bam, you can go out quick like that.
It was just unbelievable. And, in the COVID climate, it's so quiet in the arena. The fight begins and he picks the guy up. His corner's like, what do you want to do? They're like, bring him over here, brings him over. I mean, I didn't even know what I was watching, and then just out. But this Leavitt kid is fascinating, and it'll be interesting to see him fight again. There are a lot of guys that come to the UFC, you don't know too much about him. But this guy's a quirky character. We were talking before. He reminded me a little bit of like Roxanne Montefiore, almost like just a different cat that you want to be careful with,
Yeah, but those are the people that you want to see. Like she has a great following, a weird following of people that always want to watch her just because she's so quirky and she does weird stuff. But it's like, it's weird to us, but there's that group of people that are like, that's my person, right? That's my type of person right there. And like you need those type of people. And it's cool. I like the kid. Like it's going to be fun seeing what this kid does next and seeing how this kid grows. He was already talking about, I'm ready to fight next week if somebody pulls out. So I want to fight one more time before 2020 is over. And those are the type of guys that the UFC loves, and those guys are going to be promoting.
Yep. Well, I did a pretty good job not talking the whole time about your fight, which frankly is really the only thing on my mind. But that's 9 days away. And as usual, we got another fight card 2 days out. Let's get to the Bics. All right, Bullies Bics. Week 5-3 overall, 72, 38-2, 64% overall. Moving forward, UFC 256, Figueiredo versus Moreno. This card is stacked. Our producer, Cody Merrow, imagine if Aljo and Jan were on this card. I mean, and it's still stacked. It's unbelievable.
Don't even say that.
We got
we want to
4.
cry.
I hear you. You're supposed to be in Vegas right now. Anyway, so we got 4 tonight. Typically 3. We got a bonus Bic out of Bully this week. So anyway, we're gonna move quick. Starting first fight, featherweight division. Cub Swanson, longtime UFC veteran, plus 135 against Daniel Pineda, minus 165.
Swanson coming off a big ACL tear. He's coming off an injury. It's been a while. It's crazy, man. Like he was doing it in a Jits tournament, and he was doing it against Jake Shields. And you're like, why are you rolling with this guy? And something stupid could happen. It's crazy. You want to just do stuff for fun, and that's how easy it is to get injured in the sport. But I love seeing Cub fight. Daniel Pineda looked like a beast his last fight. He beat Gilbert Burns' brother and Herbert Burns. But I think Cub's a veteran. He's been in this game a while. I think Cub's going to be able to pull this one through.
Got it. Underdog in the first fight. Moving right along, second fight in the middleweight division. Pretty much a pick'em fight. Big spot for both guys. Jacare Sosa just turned 41 3 days ago. He's an old guy like me. Minus 120 versus Kevin Holland, minus 110. And Kevin Holland, I have to say, he lost to Brendan Allen the end of 2019, and he's won 4 fights in 2020. Continue.
And I think that's huge for him, that momentum. And I say that in this sport, it's all about momentum. And he was talking about there's guys out here that will talk like they're fighters. And I know there's a lot of guys out there like that, where they're just happy to get that fight, get a win or something, and then they'll sit out for a whole year just to use that. I won my last fight, so I don't want to do it. But he's one of those guys. You can tell this guy wants to stay in there. He wants to stay hungry. He wants to get paid. And I don't think he's going to get paid this fight. Jacare's just too good, man. And I think his weakness is he gets taken down pretty easily, and he gets control a lot on the ground. He gets comfortable on his back a little bit, and I think Jacare is going to take advantage of that. Holland's stand-up's been really good, but it against others, shorter guys that aren't as good stand-up as him, and Jacare is a whole nother level. So this is one of those, a big test for him, but I think Jacare is going to pull through on this one.
Got it. Sosa's fought everybody. All All right. Well, I know you want to talk a lot about this one. In the light heavyweight division, the co-main event, Tony
Lightweight.
Ferguson. Yeah, right. Yeah, excuse me. So Tony Ferguson minus 175, Charles Oliveira plus 145. Oliveira's won 7 in a row, all by submission. But prior to the Gaethje loss, Ferguson had won for 8 straight years. What a matchup. I believe both the guys on Anik and Florian went with the underdog. Hard for me to ever look against El Kakui in any spot. I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Man, this is the fight I'm excited for. This is going to be a fight of the year candidate, I think. I literally just rewatched Charles Oliveira against Kevin Lee yesterday, and how good Oliveira, like literally he keeps the pressure, and then Kevin Lee took him down, and he literally threw up like 10 submissions off his back in that first round, literally nonstop. This guy, it's like just crazy how fluid this guy moves, and his stand-up's getting so good. And his weakness was in his earlier career, he was breaking. So he'll sit there and break. He'll get to a point where it's like, this doesn't work, that doesn't work. All right, well, I'll give up. Now, again, Kevin Lee was hitting him some good shots. That first round, he threw up like 5 or 6 submissions, and Kevin Lee defended all of them, and still, he finished him in the third round. So it just tells me now that mentally he's a lot stronger, and he's literally fought some of the best in the division, and he's still super young. He's been in this game so long. I mean, I think Oliveira is going to win this fight, but like I don't want to count out El Kakui so easily.
A lot of people are.
I don't want to count him out, like literally, but it's like, man, Oliveira is a better version of him. Like El Kakui is one of those guys where he could beat you standing, he could beat you on the ground, and he hits you from weird angles. And Oliveira is that guy where he can just go balls to the wall on its feet and throw the most random things at you because he's not afraid to go to the ground. If you want to take me down, go ahead. I'll go off my back and throw up submissions. And he's not afraid to throw a jumping kick, throw a spinning back fist. And those guys are the most scary guys because those guys, they could throw the most random things at you. A lot of guys, they'll play it a little safe. If they're going against a wrestler, they're not going to throw jumping kicks or high kicks or low kicks because they're afraid the guy's going to grab their kicks. Oliveira wants you to grab his kicks. He wants you to take him down. Yep. And he wants it to go to the ground. I want to see the ground exchanges in this fight. Ferguson has a lot of submissions himself, but man, Oliveira squeezed. Everything's just on another level. And I think Oliveira is going to be champion soon.
I love it. All right, man. Well, another underdog. Let's keep rolling. So final pick of the night, or Bick, I should say, the flyweight title bout. Both these guys fought 3 weeks ago. Both dominated. Both got finishes. So if Figueiredo gets it done here, that's in a calendar year, a flyweight title and 3 defenses in 1 year if he gets this done. Just unbelievable. A lot of people thought Perez had a shot. Brandon Moreno is as big an underdog. Does he get it done against the heavy favorite Figueiredo here?
Respect to both these guys right here. Again, both these guys are warriors for just even coming back that quick turnaround. And like you said, like superstars can be made in this era right now with COVID and everything like that. And Figueiredo is a guy that's willing to step up. So it's like now people are being able to see him back to back. And if he gets another finish here, it could be huge for that division and huge for him to become a superstar. And I'm already seeing him now walking around with Dolce & Gabbana on, Gucci clothes on. I'm like, all right, he's already embracing that championship
he can pull it
swagger
off
right there. And I'm like, all right, I see you real quick. But fight-wise, skill-wise, I think it's going to be a fun fight. Moreno was able to control the chaos that Royval brought to him his last fight. It was one of those, Royval was dangerous, throwing elbows from weird spots, going from the ground, and he was able to control it and be safe in those spots. But, man, Figueiredo, I just feel his power's on another level. Like, he has the same amount of knockdown percentage as Francis Ngannou. Like, that's just crazy. This guy is so big, and his biggest weakness was his weight cutting. But, man, back-to-back camps, they said that his weight, he's like 132 this week, and he said, I can make weight tomorrow if I have to. And I think he's going to be another one of those guys that is going to be a champion for a while unless Cejudo comes back and or Cody Gambrat comes back. But Figueiredo looks good, and I think he's going to take this one.
Got it. Well, the favorite part of the show is here. Our first contestant was the winner of the very first season of The Ultimate Fighter and what many deem the greatest fight in UFC history. He is the former UFC light heavyweight champion, representing the city of Las Vegas, a legend in the sport. What an honor to welcome UFC Hall of Famer Forrest Griffin to the program.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Mr. Griffin?
What's up, Forrest? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm sorry. I'm suffering with some bad connection. I'm at the UFC day night. That might they must not be paying their Wi-Fi bill or something. I don't know.
You guys got everything over there but Wi-Fi?
Apparently the Wi-Fi is so good. I don't know, Belal. This is the first time I ever had problems with it, so I'm gonna blame you.
It's all good. For those of you who don't know that, every Sunday, me and Forrest are on a show. It's UFC Unfiltered. It's a cool show, new show that's coming out. It's talking about fight camps with me, Jeff Neal, Chaos Williams. So if you guys haven't seen it out, check it out on the podcast.
Yeah, we just sip some coffee, talk about knitting, the usual.
I listened to the first episode. The first episode was good. I was like, man, I wanted to see how it turned out, and it turned out pretty cool.
I was wondering myself. I actually listened to the first episode because when we were doing that, I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, wait. And then when I did the voiceover stuff, I was like, all right, now they're actually, it's kind of better than a podcast because they don't use the boring parts. So
yeah, exactly. I was like, man, there's a lot of fluff in there, and I was like, man, I want to see what they're gonna use. And it was like, oh man, it turned out like perfect, and the way you set it up, like you threw up like little softballs.
Yeah, they knew what they were doing.
Yeah, see, if we're boring, we're sort of in trouble because this is all out there and it's done. But that's why we bring a guy like you. Really hard to be a boring show with Forrest Griffin on the program, I've heard.
That's what people say, and who might argue?
Well, and I saw I have
doing too good thus far. We're already.
Well, I didn't see Family Feud, but there's so a little redemption tonight. We were giving you another opportunity with a little more low key game show.
All right.
So what's going on? Is Bisping? Are we getting some no Bisping yet?
He texted me.
Okay, so the count should be joining us shortly. But Forrest, I assume you have not taken in the game show, Belal's game show yet. I assume this will be your first time seeing the board.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on.
I sent him the rules today, and he's like, "Man, these seem complicated." I'm like, "Nah, once you're on it, it gets easier once you see it."
Like, I'm second guessing this whole thing, Belal. Actually, let me just say this: like right now, you guys are the size of dimes, and I have horrible eyes.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, I don't know how to.
Well, we've had a lot of guys on cell phones and in cars, so you'll be all right.
I'll be all right.
1 second, let me email him the link.
I got these, I got these drugstore glasses too. They help. Not even clean, but they do help actually.
Hey, you gotta do it. I mean, I'm 42 years old. Bilal's a little baby over there, so it makes a big difference.
43, yeah, 43. About a year ago, I was like, man, my arms aren't long enough to see things anymore. It's time to get some glasses.
It's true.
Now that we have you on the show,
Jason,
Forrest, something I wanted to ask you, Forrest, was you get a bunch of different sports go to the PI. What was like to you, what's the best athlete to you? Like you've seen MMA guys, you've seen NBA guys, you've seen NFL guys. Like I know you see all the crazy guys come in there.
Man, it's such an all over the place. I'm going to give you a real BS answer because I think that the best athlete encompassing all things mental and physical is the UFC fighter per weight. Now, the most coordinated athlete that picks things up the quickest would probably be a lot of NBA guys pick things up pretty quick, especially the smaller NBA guys. They like you teach them how to box and you're like, hey, that's not bad. That doesn't suck too bad.
Nate Robinson. Sorry.
Well, yeah. Well, he didn't look that bad.
Well, exactly. I wasn't necessarily being sarcastic.
That dude's got some power. Oh boy, Yeah. So, but and then if you want like numbers, you want to like, it's NFL guys.
Oh really?
If you're just talking about moving weight or moving your body as fast as possible for a very short period of time, it is NFL guys, man. They're not like you and me. And then a good mix of that would be rugby too. Oh,
you have rugby guys there too?
Yeah, we get the rugby sevens every year. We kind of they'll come in and work out, and I get to watch them. And yeah, it at my best, I looked like a really lower level rugby player when I was like 240, pretty big, and I saw these rugby guys, and I was like, oh, these are like bigger, slightly more athletic versions of me.
Did you play any other sports besides fighting?
I dedicated my whole life to playing rugby and almost been mediocre.
Oh, wow.
Been like the best guy on a club team. Thank
Well,
God
at one
I'm not
point,
fighting when I
UFC
did,
champion Alexander Volkanovski was a 240-pound rugby player.
Yeah, for sure. And he loves it. He does like rugby drills in his training. Yeah.
So Bilal was going to ask, what was your best sport other than mixed martial arts?
Yes.
Probably football. It wasn't my favorite. Basketball is my favorite.
You're all good, brother.
But
I love
football
it.
was the sport I was better at.
Would you play? What position you play?
Defensive end.
So you're camped out at the Performance Institute, staying beyond. Are your hours where you're beyond a 9 to 5? Certainly, it's time to go home.
It's fight night. Was Thursday night. So guys are working out to break a little sweat and make some weight. So we're open till 10 on Wednesday and Thursday. So you can get that last pop in, maybe, walk on the treadmill or, whatever.
Nice, man.
Bisping just called. He was logging in. So he should be popping in really soon.
See,
Hey,
you know
that's
what
all right.
he's doing? He's trying to freeze me. The guy goes out before you and he sits out there and then you just kind of chill in the back.
Exactly. Is he's not what's it? It's a software issue or hardware issue, Cody?
No, he said he was trying to get on Chrome into the other one, but he should be good right now. Forrest, for this weekend, who's your favorite fighter to watch this weekend? Are you more excited for this weekend? Are you more excited for the co-main event or the main event?
Hold on. You guys just went all did you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. You just really crummy on my end.
Oh, could you hear us though?
I mean, I can hear you. You just like breaking. Jason, Ann, excuse me.
There you go. Well, yeah, you hear me okay?
No, you're crummy too. What are you gonna do?
Well, see, we might need to kick him out and bring them both back in together. He goes back and goes back in. Now, yeah, go out and go back in. Well, Cody, you're the producer, but that might make it better.
Yeah, it's probably to refresh it.
Yep. Dude, well, you were going to ask him about a sport. He said football is the other sport he played. What about you? Do you play? What was your best sport other than
my best sport is basketball? My best sport. I'll literally be in the NBA right now. If I decided to stick with basketball.
I hear you. You didn't need any more. How tall are you, by the way? I should know that, but.
Oh, what the heck? It says the browser has blocked your mic and camera for Bisping, Cody.
Any better?
1 second.
Sam
It's
uses
a little
iPhone.
crumbly.
You look great for what it's worth.
All right, there we go.
That's weird.
So,
Don't
Bilal
worry,
was
guys.
just.
We'll edit that out in post. Oh, what? We don't have the budget. All right, never.
Yeah, we did. That's okay, though.
Hey,
Oh,
guys, if you're listening at home, just feel free to talk
Oh,
about yourselves.
I think it happened. Former UFC middleweight champion and the first ever British UFC champion. He's an actor, commentator, entrepreneur, and it seems his post-fighting career is going even better than the fighting career. What an honor to welcome UFC Hall of Famer, Mikey B.
Well, that was quite the intro, Mr. Anik. How you doing? Everything's falling apart in the background. The bloody foam pads. Rebecca, my wife, get that foam pad back on that wall. This is embarrassing. What is up, my brother?
Hey, man, I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. Our pets' heads are falling off back here. Mr. Anik, how are you doing? Good to talk to you, brother.
See you, my brother. And I know you've been all around the planet and you find yourself back in Southern California right now, I assume.
Thank God. I was just back in England. I was freezing my balls off, right? I've gone soft living in California. The weather's very nice. I'm from the north, and they always joke that in the north, they go out, they don't even wear jackets in winter. Well, I went out there, I was freezing my balls off. I was a little bitch. Bilal, how you doing? I haven't said 2 words to you. How you doing, buddy?
It's all good, brother. Were they calling you a soft American now that you went back down there?
Well, yeah, something like that, but way more abusive. There wasn't quite that polite.
Well, we don't curse on the show. It's PG. So, but if you want to, go ahead.
Yeah, no. I never swear. I never ever swear. I believe that swearing is a lack of intelligence. So, you'll never hear any curse words out of me.
My mom said if you cuss, it's because you have a shitty vocabulary.
Yeah, but I'll say this. I disagree because sometimes you want to emphasize your point.
Yeah.
You know, and if you say you fucking asshole, then you know you're a real asshole.
It's a great adjective.
You know, yeah,
There's a lot more feeling in that one.
Oh, dear me. So anyway, that was the first, and that will be the last that you ever hear from me. Okay.
Sounds good, brother. Hey, Cody, let's start this game show.
All right, gentlemen. Rules of the game.
Is Wheel of Fortune suing you right now?
that was pending. There was it said remember the show on there.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've got to say the production values on this are way higher than my one, so I gotta fire whoever does ours. This is some next level stuff. Seeing as I can't swear.
Check out Belal's logo in the top right. How nice is that?
No, I know. Belal, you are a number one promoter of yourself. I see this logo everywhere now. It is engraved onto my eyes, stained onto my eyeballs.
It's crazy because we have zero budget, so it's pretty funny that we're able to do all this.
Well, the great thing is Belal actually drew that himself.
Pretty good.
But all right, guys. Jason, read the rules.
Sorry. I'll continue with the rules of the game. So you'll see the board with questions, 100, 200, 300 questions go back and forth. You shout bully if you know the answer to the question. If you get the answer wrong, negative points, the points go to your opponent. If you get the answer correct, you get the points. High score wins. Best of luck.
All right. Okay. I'm nervous. But
I have both of you guys here. And then what you guys don't know is the loser does a mean tweet. So a loser has to tweet something, and they can't say it was from the show. So
you're going to give us the tweet that we have to tweet out?
I give you the tweet that you have to tweet out.
Shit.
Yeah. I had Yair Rodriguez tweet out, man, I hate Robert Whitaker. And then people went nuts, and I'm like, what? Why would you hate Robert Whitaker for? It was like, and it was so funny because he doesn't speak English, so it was hilarious.
That's pretty funny because Robert Whitaker is the nicest guy
That's what I said. I was like, he's so nice. Everybody's going to be so weird. Like, why? Why would you do that?
Robert Whitaker. I think you guys are wrong. He's low-key a real jerk.
This week,
really? Are you being serious or are you being funny?
No, I don't even know him. I've met the guy twice.
This week's loser tweet is Chris Lee judging greater than sign Ariel Hawani reporting. So, Chris Lee, the worst judge in the game right now, who has terrible judging. You have to put greater than sign, his judging, Ariel Hawani reporting. So you're probably going to have some backlash from Ariel Hawani. So it's not bad.
I'll tweet that out anyway. That's not a problem for me.
Like, that's not even a bad tweet. That
was a good one.
Could have tweeted that either way.
You mean Ariel? I'm a megastar, bigger than everyone in the sport. Helwani.
That's perfect. Neither one of you guys is afraid. All right, these are the categories for today, guys. First category, both of you guys are tough champions. We're gonna do some tough trivia. Second category, who is he or she? So now these are fighters, guy fighters with girl filters. And you have to tell me which guy fighter it is. This one is face match. So this is two fighter faces. So it's two fighters. You got to tell me who their faces are matched together. Last one is name scrambler. So these are just the fighter names. These are all from the fighters this weekend. You're going to see their names scrambled up, and you just have to, if you figure out who it is first, you just shout bully. Forrest, you're here first, so I'll let you pick the first category.
Who is
she or he for 100?
Yeah.
Let's get it. So who is this fighter?
Oh, wow.
Bully.
Bisping.
Rachel Ostovich.
No. It's one fighter. It's a guy fighter with a girl filter.
Oh, sorry.
You're
takes
good.
me a while to figure out.
Wait. Would that be? They would really have a belt?
Yeah, this is a real
I
picture.
was going to say that's either Cruz or Cejudo.
Oh.
All right.
Bully says.
I say I can go with. Okay.
Come on.
Nice.
Well, that was a good start. Bisping, you lost those points. Points go to Forrest.
I wasn't aware I had any points.
do
Also,
what
so
I
that's
do
how many
best.
points you lose or win.
Yeah. So if you call bully, you get the points wrong. The points go to the other guy.
Okay.
Forrest, you're up.
My new strategy is to do absolutely nothing. I got it.
That's exactly what I thought, Forrest. I was going to sit there do nothing. I'm going to win by a landslide.
The harder he tries. All right.
All right, Forrest, what have you got, big dog?
Yeah, you pick again, Forrest.
Face smash 100.
Face smash 100. This is two fighter faces, two guys.
Oh,
I know this.
Bully. Yo,
Forrest. Two guys.
Yo, bully. Did it?
Yeah, it's you, Forrest. Go ahead. Who is it?
It's Michael Bisping, Yo Romero.
Boom!
It is, you prick. They're my ears. They look a little bit Rocky Balboa as well.
Yeah, you made it tricky because you went with the 15-year-old picture of Bisping too.
Yeah, you don't look like a bad Brazilian, Bisping. You're not bad right there.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Points go to Forrest. You go up, Forrest.
Face smash 200.
Face smash 200. Two fighter faces, guys.
Bully.
Michael.
Too late, bro. That is Forrest Griffin and what's he called? The wizard, the bloody the leg lock heel hook guy. Bloody Kenny Florian's protege. What's his name?
Ryan Hall?
Ryan Hall.
That is wrong. Come on, that's Forrest and Stefan.
I actually knew that one. That was the one and only I know.
Man, Forrest.
I don't like this game. Right, okay, this game is stupid.
There's still plenty of points on the board. You're up, Forrest.
Face smash 300.
Face smash 300. Okay, here we go. Two fighter faces.
Bully.
That's an easy one. Damn it.
Count.
Elder and McGregor.
Boom.
That's the easy one. Damn it.
They don't look like a bad person.
Nice.
Finally, all right. Bisping's on the board right now. Look at that. 300 points. Now you're only down by 100. You're up, Count. Pick up.
Oh, I get to choose as well. Wow. Okay. Boom. I need some points. Tough trivia, 400.
Tough trivia, 400. Who of these was not a product of the Ultimate Fighter? Who said it? Count.
Oh, jeez. Come on.
You're up, Bisping.
Dan Hooker.
Damn it.
You are correct.
Gosh, that was an easy one, too. I didn't know you were going to be so quick.
Yeah, it is what it is.
You didn't even wait for me to finish saying the question right there. That was a good one.
No, I was.
Come on, Forrest. You're on Family Feud. You know how you can once you press that buzzer, you go.
Yeah. No,
You're up, Count.
I hit
the buzzer so fast, I forgot you had to actually know the answer.
Tough trivia. The most famous line from a tough was "Let me bang, bro." Who said it?
No idea.
Bully.
Count.
I shouldn't have said that, should I? Because I don't really know. It's that prick. He had spiky blonde, pink hair.
Oh, yeah, I know who he looks like. But I have no idea who that guy is because he went on to do nothing.
Yeah, I know. But if you had to figure it out, who would you think?
A hint is available. I'll tell you his first name. His first name is Julian.
Julian. Oh, God. What was his name? Let me bang, bro. Julian Lane?
Boom! You got it.
Yeah!
Nice. Damn.
Dang, that was a good one right there. I didn't think you guys would remember that one. You're up, Bisping. Pick again.
Oh, shit. Okay. Pardon my language. I apologize. Tough trivia, 200.
Tough trivia, 200. Okay. The former tough coach once said, "I want to outlive my children."
Bully. Peter Ortiz.
You got it.
Peter Ortiz would say that. I also says that when I want to outlive my children. No,
it was like the weirdest thing I ever heard.
I absolutely do not want to outlive my children.
No, that is like the one thing you do not want to bury your children. Every father says that, but no, Tito Ortiz, I want to outlive my children.
Yeah, he's a congressman, so yeah, maybe he'll be president soon.
It's a big deal.
You're up, Forrest.
Tough for 100.
Tough for 100. Who were the season 2 champs?
Bully.
Count.
It was Rashad Evans and Joe Stevenson.
Boom! Look at you with that memory. Memory like an elephant.
Never forget. Go on, Joe.
Okay, that was you guys were pretty good with the trivia.
Can I just say, I went negative 100, and now I'm kicking your ass.
It's not bad. It's close.
I don't know because I can't see the score, so I'm happy with that.
It's
I'm
1,100 and
500 ahead.
600.
That's a big lead. I'm just saying.
You're up, Bisping.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Okay. I don't like the who is she or he. The face mash isn't my thing, but I can scramble up some names pretty good. We'll say 400 name scrambler. Boom.
Name Scrambler 400. This is big.
Oh, bully. It's Davison Figueredo.
Boom! Dang,
Ugh.
come on! You said you can scramble names, Cow.
It's so easy when you see it like that now.
Now look at the score. You're only down by 100, Forrest. You're right in there.
All right.
You're up, Forrest.
400. Who is he, she?
Who is he or she for 400?
Oh, BJ Penn.
Bully. BJ Penn.
I got that.
I need a judge right here with that
I'm
one.
here
Jason.
for you. Unfortunately, Michael, the first person to say bully was Forrest. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I disagree. I said BJ Penn bully, BJ Penn bully, BJ Penn bully. But whatever, it's fine. It's fine. I'm not a sore loser. It's fine, Jason.
We get
it's
the
fine.
lead. The lead goes to Forrest. Here we go. You're up, Forrest.
Face smash 400.
Face match 400. Two fighter faces here.
Bully.
Bully. Oh,
Count.
I should not wait. Fighter faces.
This could be this is
It looks
UFC
like
faces.
Matt Serra and Dana White.
But wait, Bisping said bully first.
I did.
Did he?
I
So,
did.
Bisping, what's your
Matt
guess,
Serra,
Bisping?
Dana White.
I am an asshole.
Come
Thank
on,
you.
Forrest.
I knew it
you
was
blew it
Dana
right
White. I wasn't sure the second one, but you gave it to me.
there.
Wait, who was it? Who is it?
There's Matt Serra, Dana White.
Oh,
Matt Serra in his prime there.
I was gonna say, like, no, who is that guy next to Dana White?
You're up, Bisping.
Oh shit!
The,
Yeah,
the lead just changed hands.
Damn
Lead
it.
changed hands here
Name
for
Scrambler for 300.
Name Scrambler 300. Here we go.
Oh, Kevin Holland, bully.
Bully, Kevin Holland.
Yeah, I got you, bro.
Jason, I need this.
Bully.
I said bully.
Oh, you
Who-
did? Shit.
I think that was
You
Bisping
said
there.
Kevin
All
Holland.
right, Bisping
I
said
said Kevin
Bisping-
Holland, bully.
Yeah, he said it.
Oh,
Bisping gets the points.
This is a landslide.
This is close. This is 400 points.
Didn't I say bully before he said bully? Though?
No, I said Kevin Holland, bully. I saw Kevin Holland. I said bully fast.
You know, I'm so busy watching the game. So the last one I gave to one of you, I gave the other one to you. I'm just trying to. I'm like sitting home watching the game.
Listen, Mr. Switzerland over there. I won that point fair and square. Okay. So I'll do name scrambler 200.
Name Scrambler 200.
Bully.
Bisping. 3.
Tony Ferguson.
Dog. That was close. The clock was going.
Wow. Shit, yeah.
Okay, man. He's running away with the fourth. Come on. 600 points.
Name scrambler for 100.
You need these points right here, Forrest.
Bully.
Count.
Brandon Moreno.
Come on, Forrest.
I'm not.
What do you mean? Come on, Forrest. I don't hear that encouragement from me.
I just wanted it to be close.
Yeah, it's not. It's not gonna be.
Points go to Count. We got 2 ones left. Come on, Forrest. Make it a game right here, Forrest.
All right. Okay.
I know my thing.
Who is he or she for 200? This is one fighter.
Bully.
Bisping.
Charles Oliveira.
Oh,
Wow.
he's running away with it.
It was
Oh, yeah.
the chin and the cheeks and the jaw
This
and
is,
the eyes.
This is when I quit. Actually, this is when I would usually be like, "Yep, gotta go."
This is a big one right here, Forrest.
Some in the oven. I have no idea. That just looks weird.
Yeah. I gotta say, I don't know. I'm struggling on this one.
Come on, this is one of your countrymen, Bisping.
Oh, it is? Okay. Well, it's not Darren Till. It's a woman.
It's a guy.
Yeah, oh, it's a guy. Looks
Yeah.
like a guy.
Come on.
It is Darren Till.
Yeah,
He looks good with a wig on.
And there you have it, guys.
Done now.
Your champion. Another belt added to the back right there. I got to send it to you, put next to that UFC belt. How does it feel to be an RTS champion, Michael? The floor is yours.
I mean, listen. Some say champions are made in the gym. Some say champions are born. I don't know which one applies to me. I've just always been this way. But for me, as you can see in the background, I got the Hall of Fame. I got the belt. This is my crowning achievement. I thank all my family, my training partners, everybody. But most importantly, Mr. Jason Anik and Belal Muhammad, and of course Forrest Griffin for being such a gracious loser. I mean, you were losing. You were so good at losing, Forrest.
Really? Well, really, I mean, you're welcome. I mean, I did all the work. I feel like I did more of the work than you. Just
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, listen. I'm going to come clean. I cheated on a couple of those answers. I Googled.
How could you Google that fast, though?
I did definitely Googled the Julian Lane one. Let me back.
No way! You Googled the Julian Lane?
No way! Hey, listen. Quitters never win. If you're not cheating, you're not trying. You're going to do what you got to do.
I love it.
That was epic right there. Now I got to go back to the replay and see it.
Mike, you got that? You got that from season 3 of Tough. Tito Ortiz right there.
Yeah. No, listen, I don't know who Julian Lane is. I remember the scene, Let Me Bang Bro, but I'm like, come on. So I just Googled Let Me Bang Bro, and then I could saw Julian. I put Julian. That's why it came at the last minute, Julian Lane. There you go.
Wow, that is epic. That is epic. I thought Dillashaw was bad with EPO, but now you with Google, it's a whole different thing.
Exactly. Michael Bisping was a clean fighter up until the moment he retired.
The only thing that's dirty about this is your Wi-Fi connection for it.
So bad. It's so bad.
But hey, Bisping, if we could have you on for a little bit longer. Thank you for coming out for us. I know your Wi-Fi's trash. Appreciate you, brother. I'm gonna send you exactly what you have to tweet out. And you're probably gonna get some backlash from Ariel, but hey, you just gotta act like it came from you.
I think he's gone. There he is.
Yeah. Forrest, what a great guy, but Wi-Fi connection is not his thing today.
It was in the UFC PI. That's why I was crazy. I'm like, you guys got all that, but you guys ain't got no Wi-Fi.
Yeah, no, that is terrible. They got all the high-tech equipment, as you say, but yeah, the Wi-Fi is lacking. What's up, fellas? What's going on? Sorry I was late. My bad.
Dude, you're such a busy man. We so much appreciate you saying yes. I mean, how long have you been back in Southern California?
So I got
How
back
many
here
days?
Sunday, yeah. So I'm okay. I'm over the jet lag now. It's always nice to be home, but of course, with this pandemic going on, life was a little bit. Well, it was crap. It was crap. It didn't feel like I was home. For all the reasons, as we know, everything was locked down and things like that. So I didn't get to see anybody. When I wasn't working, I was trapped in my hotel room. So. That's I don't mind my own company, but still after a while, so it's good to get home here. I mean,
what's harder, remembering lines for a movie role or remembering a game plan for a fight?
So I'll be honest. It's not like I'm doing big monologues or Shakespeare. Basically, like walk in and say, "Hello, how are you?" I'm kidding, but I don't really have extensive dialogue. So far, I'm the bad guy in nearly everything. I don't know. I think I've got a pretty nice face, but I'm always the bad guy. I always get killed. I've been killed in some very inventive ways, and this one that I just did is no different.
It's crazy how you said you tried out for the Game of Thrones, because I'm rewatching it right now. Like, I'm in fight mode, so I'm like sitting there bored. So I'm like, I gotta watch it serious. So I'm rewatching Game of Thrones. You said that you tried out for it and they didn't allow you to get on it. I'm like, what the? Like, it makes no sense. Like, you're perfect for that role.
Dude, I was so disappointed because, Game of Thrones, everybody loves it, right? So, when my agent said, got you an audition, Game of Thrones, I thought, I'm going to
right?
This is me all day long. And anyway, I've lived here in California for 2 years. And when I first moved here, people couldn't understand me. And of course, now I work in TV. So I overpronounce my words a little bit for the American audience. When I go back home to England, I go back into my very, very thick accent. Even though I sound like a thick accent to you guys, it gets stronger when I go home. Anyway, I get auditions for American-speaking roles. So when I do an American accent, it sucks. They can't do it. So I never get those. So I did the audition for Game of Thrones. It was a Northern accent, Northern English accent. I thought, that's me. I did it. And then I called my agent up a few days later. I'm like, so did we get any feedback? Have I got it? And he said, well, casting agent said they loved it, but they were confused by your accent. I said, what do you mean? He said, they said you sounded American sometimes. So I bring him on, who's the director. I sent him the tape. I said, just listen to this. Do I sound American? And he's like, believe it or not, on a couple of syllables here and there, yes, you do. So if I'm going to do, because I can't get English roles now because I sound American, and I can't get American roles because I definitely don't sound American. So basically, I know I can't swear on this show. I'm screwed.
No, you can swear. We're just messing around.
Do your kids? Yeah. Do your kids have accents at all? I've never met your children. Do they pick it up from you guys? What?
Yeah. So my it depends. If they're with their friends, they're American. If they're with us, they're English. And I remember there was a story. I don't know, 6 months ago. My daughter. I was going to drive off somewhere, and I had my daughter and a friend in the back of the car. And my daughter had left her phone inside the house. I said, so, Dad, my phone. I went running back in the house to get it. And her best friend just looked at me and goes, oh, my God, does Ellie have a British accent? Because she forgot to do this fake accent. You know what I mean? She goes, oh, my God, does Ellie have a British accent? That's awesome. And then sometimes it doesn't happen very often now. She's a good girl. But there's been a few occasions where I've had to call, get your ass home. The teacher's been on the phone or whatever. And with the friends, it's like, yes, Dad. And I'm like, stop that stupid fucking accent as well. Just get your ass home ASAP.
Okay, another dude. Like I listened to your book.
I'm having a cheeky beer. I'm not getting drunk.
I listened to your book. Amazing book. I listened to the Audible book. But bro, the guy's accent on there was terrible. And I was like, it's one of those two where I was like, man, I can't get used to this accent. But like by the end of it, I was like, all right, you know what? I got used to it now. But then listen to your podcast, I'm like, bro, like the guy sounds nothing. Did you pick him or no?
No, did I hell? So I was trying to record the audio book myself, right? So I do a podcast, and when I'm on the road, I do a podcast. So I said, listen, I can record this, no problem. And I was working with your brother. I think John was working. Anyway, I was in Greenville, North Carolina, South Carolina, one of the Carolinas. And I was in my hotel room, and I thought, okay, so we'll start. I get the laptop, I get the microphone, get everything there, and I'm like, okay, chapter 1. And then the phone rings. I'm like, for fuck's sake. And then I go, delete that, restart again. And then I start, and then ding, 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 room service at the door. I'm like, ah! And then it wasn't happening. Okay, I spent about 2 hours, and all I got was like 2 paragraphs done. I just emailed and said, hey, listen, this isn't going to happen. And there it is. Quitters never win. There you go. Bestseller. But
nice,
Cody. So, what's up, Cody? How you doing? So
how's it going, Mike? It's a fantastic book. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I tried to do it, but it wasn't happening.
Did you listen to the audiobook or no? Did you listen to the guy talking to it?
I have not listened. No, I have no idea what it sounds like. There's an English version and an American version.
There's an American version too?
Yeah, I haven't listened to either. So, I don't need to hear. I don't know what's in the book. I don't know what the guy says, but I live the book. So I'm all right. Come on. That is like the biggest sign of an egomaniac. What are you reading there? Oh, just my autobiography.
All right, you can pull it up. Mike, I'm not going to take all your night, but the fact that you're on the program this day, I have to bring up Callum. I have to. And I'm just reading his tweet because it blew my mind when I read it. And I talked to Bully about it before the show. Commonwealth Games 2022, 86-kilogram champion, posting it here to hold myself accountable. So that's your son. And I'm seeing Lucas and a gi. And, it's very interesting. I've spent 1 hour with you in my life, but I feel like I know you because of social media and obviously my brother. But seeing this stuff with Callum as a father, that just has to be incredible.
Well, thank you, Jason. That's very kind. And John always mentions Callum as well, so I appreciate that. And, it's funny because we worked out yesterday morning in the garage, and then we were in the kitchen. We were having I'm doing a protein shake and whatnot, and we started talking about his wrestling career. Obviously, he's not at college right now. He's back home with all this bullshit that's going on. And we started talking, and he was supposed to do, because he went for trials for the UK team last year. So he's like their official representative at a certain way. And we were talking about what international competitions were coming up. And I said, well, you've got the Commonwealth Games, son, in 2022. And he's like, Commonwealth Games, what's that, Dad? I said, well, it's all the countries that are part of the Commonwealth. So I said, it's like an Olympics, but it's not. It's way, way smaller. I said, and you see, this is the thing. He lives in America. He's getting trained wrestling in America. And he's going to represent Britain. Right, because we suck at wrestling. Okay, and all the British wrestlers watching this, I apologize. Okay, not all. Generally, we all suck. So
interesting.
Maybe he won't be an Olympic champion, but he'll go to the Olympics because our team is so shit. Anyway, so I was telling him about the Commonwealth Games, and then an hour later, I just looked on Twitter and I saw that tweet. And it touched my heart, bless him. I mean, that's nice self-motivation. He's a really, really great kid. He takes after his mother, fortunately.
Well, it's awesome, man. Well, Bully, I don't know if you got anything else for him. We've taken a lot of his time, but Mike, it's
I'm
always
good.
a pleasure.
But if that's
I did have a question. I wanted to ask you, being a commentator and stuff, fighters are egomaniacs, like you say. And then, they take offense to everything while rewatching their fights. Did you have one fighter come at you like, hey, bro, I don't like that commentating that you did about me. Like you were being to the other guy a lot more. Like it's funny because a lot of fighters they don't understand it. It's crazier. But like for a guy like you that doesn't have no mouthpiece or doesn't care what people think, like I know you'll fire back at guys that come at you like that.
Well, to be honest, now that I'm not fighting, I don't fire back. Really?
I
really don't. No, I can't do. I've got to separate myself. I'm not a fighter anymore. I'm not part of the roster, so I don't have I don't have carte blanche to be getting into arguments with these guys. I've got to try and remain professional. So, given my background, it's a little bit difficult. But there certainly has been cases where that's happened, even just recently. But I know what it's like. I remember when I used to be in the, you're in the locker room, they have a TV in there, they're showing the fights, and the pre-fight show comes on or whatever, and they're making the picks. And I've seen people, pick against me. And it irritates you, it makes you angry, whatever you want to call it. It gets emotion out of you. So I understand it. But also I understand that these people are only doing the job. You have to make a pick. And then also sometimes, you might be friends with one guy. So you might not even really believe it. Do you know what I mean? But like you can't go against your teammate. You can't say, even if you think your teammate's going to get knocked out in the first round, you can't go, oh, this guy sucks, he's going to get fucked. You can't say that. So you got to tell a little white lie. Not that I do that on occasion. I have my integrity as an analyst. But just recently, to answer your question, Ed Herman had a fight. I forget the name of his opponent. And there was like a fake groin strike or whatever, and he milked it big time. Then they looked at the replay or whatever, and it didn't hit his balls, whatever it was, right? So but he took advantage of the situation. Good for him, whatever. But when I saw the replay, then of course as the commentator, I've got to have my integrity. I've got to say, that shot didn't land, yada yada yada. Anyway, I saw him on Twitter recently talking a bit of shit, saying, "Oh, Bisping, he pretends he's my friend. He pretends he's my friend, and he goes out there and says that." And anyway, as I said, I don't respond to any of that type of stuff because I get it. They're emotional. There's a lot at play here, So yeah, I've got to rise above that, which is difficult because I'm still trying to grow up and mature as a human being. But I'm better. I'm better these days.
Is there still a Masvidal beef? Is there still a Masvidal beef? Oh,
Masvidal beef, that's gone. Hopefully. I hope so. As a psychopath. So I hope that's good. No. Listen, that is what it is. It's water under the bridge. What did you say, Jason?
I was just going to say that American accent that crept in there was pretty good when you were impersonating one of the fighters. That was decent. You can do an American accent, but it's got to be easier to do a British accent. Now I know there's Cockney in different regions that if you heard something you would try to place it, but doing an American accent has to be tough. I mean,
it's hard. It's anytime you have to do an accent. So here's the thing: this movie that I just did is called Never Back Down, Revolt. I had to do an Eastern European accent on that, right? So when we get there and we do a read through, all the cast together, we all sit down in a room and we read through the script. And they get to my point, and I don't know what I said, but I was kind of talking like this a little bit, No problem. Anyway, we do the read through, right? And then that night, I get a call off the head producer, David, great guy. He says, "Mike, got to talk." I said, "What's that?" He said, "We want you to do your normal accent." And I'm like, Why? In my mind, I'm like, the accent was good, and it was good. I didn't do it properly then. But it's like, no. It's the Michael. The problem is because the main two characters in the movie are from Chechnya, so they kind of have similar accents. There's a lot of accents in the movie. They were like, for the American audience, there's too many accents going on. So he said, so we want you to do your normal accent. I'm like, okay, listen, just level with me. Okay, because I need to know. You're lying. Is it because the accent was shit? And they're like, no. I've got no problem telling you if it sucked. Accent was fine, but do your normal accent. I'm like, okay, whatever. I get the message. It sucked. No problem.
I love it.
Belal, so you got a fight next weekend. I'm commentating your fight.
Oh, you're commentating. Perfect.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. I haven't started my research yet. Who are you fighting again? And then tell me how you're feeling. Oh, Diego Lima. Oh, shit. It's a big fight. Yeah.
It's a good fight. Good. I'm feeling good. Everything feeling strong. Now it's just basically the waiting game and just like with the whole COVID thing, you're sitting there like making sure you have to do everything right. Like, all right, now I don't want to see a whole bunch of people. It's like all these fights getting canceled the day of and the week of. They're like, I don't want to do all this work for camp and then do something stupid, go out or something and hang out with people that I shouldn't be hanging out with, and then you catch COVID. So it's like now that's just the nervous energy that's coming through my head right now. Like, oh man, what if I got it? What if I don't? We just sent the mail-in COVID test now yesterday. So just hoping everything are clear, then get to Vegas and then from there on.
Well, fingers crossed, yeah, because as you say, they're dropping like flies now. It's really bad, really bad. So, like, when I was just in England doing that film, again, sorry to talk about myself, but when I was there, when I wasn't filming, I couldn't go anywhere because if I go off and get COVID and I come back and I give it to the movie, the entire movie's fucked. And that's, millions of dollars down the, just ruined. So my sister lived like 30 minutes away from where I was staying, and she was like, Michael, you're going to come over for dinner and yada, yada, yada. I'm like, I can't. Friends would hit me up. Michael, you're going to come hang out. And I don't know. I think some of them didn't believe me, just thought I was being ignorant, but I can't. I've got to respect what's going on here. There's a lot of money at stake. So yeah, it sucks, but it's what you got to do.
You're going to see your family or anything, huh? That's tough, right?
Yeah. No, on the final day, I had one day when I'd wrapped filming, I was able to go, saw my sister and my dad and stuff. So that was nice. But Diego Lima, then, how do you break him down?
We can talk about that in the fighter meeting. But,
okay.
I love it. Flipping it.
No, I love the fact you're just like, yeah, no, listen, I'm bored of talking about it anyway. So we'll talk about that in the fight. I mean, good. Oh, no, of course you don't want to say it publicly, do you? Of course you don't. Right. Of course.
Well, that's my thing every week, because all I want to do is talk to Belal about his fight. I'm like a fan sitting here. So it's all day. That's all. So I just have to really bite my tongue and just, talk all the shit in the pre-show. Everything I want to know, I just ask before 8:30.
Yeah. No, because that's what I thought. Because I was like, oh shit, Belal's fighting next week. Great, I'm gonna do my homework early. But no, I totally get it. This is going out to the world. So yeah, John, Jason, I've got one for you. Can John grow his hair like that if he goes to?
100%.
Oh really?
100%. Well, you realize we have the same DNA makeup. So yeah, 100%. But I'll tell you, Belal, we're old men, but 25 years ago in high school, I had this and he had it shaved. He always had it shaved. It's always how he did it.
Interesting.
It's funny though, but I switch it up a little bit here and there, So this could go off its own. If Bully wins his fight, maybe I'm not going to start making tattoo bets like John with my hair, but
how long have you guys been doing this podcast like this?
Episode 12.
Oh, nice. What, one a week? Oh, that's good. Hey, you guys are making a lot of ground because I see it everywhere. The social media is really good for this. So congrats. You're doing a great job.
Appreciate it.
Well, your podcast is
cool
outstanding.
That we have big names like you guys here on there. It's cool to have big names like you guys that are willing to do it. And I was like, man, it's crazy when you ask people and you're expecting them to say no, but then everybody's just so cool in this. And they're like, oh yeah, for sure. Like you, just like, I didn't have to ask anything. Oh yeah, for sure. I'm down. And it's like crazy that guys are so willing to do stuff like that.
But you have a good energy. You know what I'm saying? If you've got a good energy like you, then people are happy to be involved. You know what I'm saying? Because, you're a funny guy. You're fucking hilarious on Twitter. I don't follow you, Jason. I got to give you a follow. What is it, Jason Anik?
Hey, you can hit me up at Bostonian. There's not much there. But, I'm starting to, John telling me, he's like, dude, you got to do the social media. You got to, like, put yourself out there in social media. It's like, we all are in our own lanes. I let John saying that. But it's interesting, Michael, as we talked many years ago, but I was an actor. That was sort of my background. So it's kind of interesting. So, turn it back around. But all this is brand new to me. I'm trying not to say, Belal's I say man like 25 times a show, but we're getting there,
It's the word.
being on with people like you makes it easier. You could be sure, and Forrest and everyone. So
Yeah, no. I do the same thing still. I not that I go back and watch myself commentating, but sometimes you see fights that you've commentated, and then I listen. I go, oh God, I keep saying this certain word or whatever. Like for my money, I keep saying for my money, and then people on Twitter say, stop saying for my money. I'm like, shit, stop saying that. You're right, but then I continue saying it all the time.
yeah.
Well, hey, for my money, there is one reason that this show goes as well as it does, and he might just be the best looking man on camera right now. Modest too. Oh my God.
Right.
But all right, fellas. All right, so that is the show.
Yes, sir.
Gentlemen, absolute pleasure. Have me on anytime. I'm always here. Below, you got my details anytime.
Appreciate it, man. That really means a lot. Thank you again for coming on. You're the man. And for everybody else watching this, his podcast is on every two times a week. And just another level. It's just fun. It's way better than McCarthy and what's it called, his podcast.
Oh, Josh Thompson. What is that called? What is it called? Making weight or something? I don't know.
It doesn't even matter no more.
Yeah. They were talking a little bit of shit about me on there recently. It was funny.
You come hard at them all the time on yours, so it's just funny.
I know. But you gotta have take it with a pinch of salt. It's just,
I was listening to theirs for a little bit, and then Thompson literally said the dumbest thing I ever heard, and I was like, man, I can't listen to this anymore because it's so dumb. He was like, Dylan Dennis could beat half of the guys in the top 10 in the UFC welterweight division. I was like, are you serious? Like, do you really believe that? Or are you just trying to push Bellator? Like, it's like, that was like literally the dumbest thing. I was like, all right, now I'm done listening to these guys. I'm like, McCarthy got some good stuff, but I'm like, Thompson was just so dumb with that one. I was like, all right, now I know why Bisping hates him.
Well, no, I don't hate him. I don't hate him. In fact, I don't hate anybody. Well, there's one or two people that I truly hate. Other than that, I don't hate people far from it. Josh Thompson, I've got nothing against him, but he talks a bit of shit, so I'll talk a little bit of shit back. John McCarthy, you can't not respect the body of work that he's had in this sport, and he just commands authority and respect, to be honest. So, I've got tons of respect for John McCarthy and Josh Thompson for what he's done inside the ring, but he talks a little crap here and there. So I'll play along. I'll play nicely and talk a bit of shit back. But if I see him in person, I'll shake his hand and have a laugh. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. All right, fellas. Well, listen,
you're the best.
Bow out. No, Jason, Belal, much respect. Keep up the good work, and we'll talk soon.
You too, man.
Take
good one, man.
Man, that was a good one. Fun one.
Dude, it's great talking to those guys, man. And even Forrest, that internet connection was bothering. But, dude, it's just fun, man. Bisping, I told you when I met him, however many years ago it was like 1 hour of my life, and it's just like, boom. This guy is so engaging and just so many different topics all the time. It was great, man.
Literally, I was like, man, I would literally could probably talk to him for like another hour, and I'm like, we could literally make this a 2 hour, 3 hour podcast just by just talking to him. He could just go on for days, and you're like, you want to ask him so much stuff. It's so fun.
Exactly. Anyway, 9 days away, bro. Good luck. We're not going to be with you guys most likely to be determined next Thursday. We'll see how the weight cut's going. We'll see how everything's going. Belal will probably reach out to you somewhere live, somewhere along the way. But, dude, create some punishment. Can't wait to watch, brother.
Let's get it, baby. That right. Those words right there, that was powerful. Create some punishment. That's a good one. That's my next one. Keep it in my head, brother.
Remember the show. Later.